Good morning.
Hi, Kim.
This is such a beloved family book. I know it was a classic in our house when my own children were younger. Could you talk about the process of turning this into a series?
Sure, yeah. Well, it all started, with DreamWorks and WildBrain, who are the co-producing partners. Uh, they knew they wanted to make a show out of the book, but they didn't know what it would be. So they talked to me. I'm a writer, and I've worked with them before. And I used to love this book as a kid, and looking at it again, it just has such a specific and unique tone, and it has all these fun and incongruous things like dogs in hedge mazes and on blimps and in parties and trees, and the dog asking, do you like my hat? And I liked the humor of it. I liked the sort of seemingly randomness of it, and the challenge of creating a world where all that could live together. So it just seemed like a fun challenge. Also, because the book doesn't have a traditional linear storyline or characters or character names, it was kind of wide open in terms of what it could be. But I knew it had to incorporate those like special elements that made the book what it is. So it just seemed like a really fun creative challenge to create something different and with its own kind of tone. So.
Hi, the soundtrack for Go Dog Go is amazing. The music's definitely going to get kids up and moving. Can you talk a little bit about incorporating music into the show?
Yeah, I mean, any project I work on for kids, I love to have a big musical presence. It's both fun to do and work on, and also audiences like it, so it's sort of a win-win. And on a number of projects now, I've collaborated with Paul Buckley, who's a composer who writes all the music for Go Dog Go. He's also the voice of one of the Barcapellas. And I knew from the beginning I wanted music to have a big role in this. I wanted Paul to be involved in writing music. Um, and early on, this idea came up for a kind of an in-house musical group, this group of dogs on the street called the Barcapellas. And I just liked the idea that they could pop up anywhere at any time and launch you into a song, and that it was so embedded in their character that, if you ask them directions to the grocery store, they would answer you singing. They actually physically cannot speak without singing. That just felt like a fun kind of, the book has all these like offbeat characters, or and if this felt like a new one for the show, like a musical character that felt surprising and offbeat, so it really became a big part of the show, and it's been a lot of fun to incorporate.
It's definitely a fun way to continue the plot, and it kind of introduces kids to a different type of music they might not be familiar with too.
Yeah, that's the hope. Thank you.
As a mom, I really love how there's lessons in Go Dog Go for kids, such as listening and patience and teamwork. Well, I know we can't talk spoilers. Can you share a little bit about some of the other messages that might be included in upcoming episodes?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a sort of an overall message of community in the show, and it's really a show about this community and how the characters